Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video on my channel. So today we'll be looking at the winter season of Series 30, where you can unlock a few cars. The 80% the Toyota GT86, I recommend getting that because it's quite a nice car, very good drift car, and it's got the OP engine in it as well. You have the Bmw M6, that's quite a nice car. You've got the Velociraptor, the Porsche, but most of all I think most of us will be here for the Koenigsegg Jesko, a highly anticipated car. It is finally in Forza Horizon 4 and it is finally available to unlock unless you time travelled and modded your account and hacked and stuff like that. But basically you can unlock it now, and all you have to do is complete the championship, let it snow in the season. You've got a week. Today is New Year's Eve, so Happy New Year for if you're watching this, because you'll probably be watching it after New Year anyway. So Happy New Year. There is actually an event called Happy New Year there. The trial is called Happy New Year, so that's quite appropriate. But yeah, you can unlock the Koenigsegg Jesko. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but it's quite a fast car. So you'll have to see how fast you can get it to go, whether you download somebody else's tune or create your own. You'll have to see how fast you can make it go and see what you want to do with it. Drag, race, top speed, you have to see. So you can unlock that by completing the championship. I'll tell you how... Oh, I've just been removed from the session for being inactive. That's because I was having problems with my PC before I was recording, so I've been sat here for a while. But basically if you complete that, and I'll show you the championships in a minute. Once we've done all the other stuff, I'll show you what cars to use and stuff for that championship as well as all the others. But also before we start, the monthly rivals, you can actually drive the Koenigsegg Jesko in the monthly rivals. Just post a clean lap, so no rewinding, no missing checkpoints and no crashing. Pretty easy, although you might want traction control on because the car's a bit mental. I will admit, even for me. Then online adventure, just if you haven't qualified for ranked, you just do 3 of any type of adventure. I probably recommend racing because it's the quickest and easiest. You don't have to win them, but it'll help you if you do. Just complete a few until you reach tier 3 or rank 3, whatever it's called in that online adventure category, and then once you reach that, you'll have unlocked ranked adventure in that category, and then you just do 1 adventure per month. So for this month, just do 1 adventure. You can do it next week as well if you want, if you haven't already done it. You just do 1 per month, doesn't matter if you win or not, and then you can do more to up your rank a bit and get better prizes. All you have to do is 1 and it'll mark it gold there, like that. The Forzathon Shop this week, I've been watching the stream and I looked at it in there, but I haven't looked at it myself. So you've actually got the 2018 Apollo Intensa Emotion, or the Apollo IE for short. That's for 600 points. That's quite a nice car. You've got the Ford Supervan 3, that's a very grippy car, a bit OP really. I'm just going to buy that horn. Just bought that horn. And then you got that horn as well, Old to Joy car horn, if you want them. Then the weekly Forzathon we went over in a video last night, so I'll put a link to that in the description on how to do the Forzathon. The rest of it. The photo challenge, take a photo of your car with another player or driver car in Edinburgh. So all you need to do is get in any car, so literally any car. You can take a nice photo if you want, put a design on your car and make it all fancy, go with a group of friends. Just get in any car, whether you're alone, it doesn't really matter. Just go anywhere in Edinburgh, like round here kind of thing. Just go anywhere in Edinburgh, and make sure, if you're not in a convoy or you're not in an online session, make sure that drivatars are on, so you can take a photo. It has to be within Edinburgh, and then it has to have your car and a drivatar's car in it. Or if you're in a convoy or in an online session and you might be able to catch up to somebody else that's trying to do it, and do it with them. Just make sure there's at least another driver or player's car in the photo. Make sure you're in Edinburgh. It doesn't matter what car you're in. And that's that. The Showcase Remix, Ride to Anywhere, you're against the Hovercraft, and you're in the Horizon Story Edition Austin Taxi. That's the one that's on like really high rally suspension with the yellow kind of rim things, and you drive that against Hovercraft. Pretty easy because it always slows down at the end if you haven't already got past it. But just be careful you don't miss the checkpoints, or just if you think you're going to get too close to it, it is quite powerful, and if you hit it, it'll send you flying for miles. So do be a bit careful there, or you'll be in shock. Now for the Backstage Pass vote this week, you have, let's have a look. So last week, I'm actually quite surprised actually, but the Hoonigan Fiesta won against the Hoonigan RS200. I thought that most people want the RS200, but maybe the Fiesta won because it's a rarer car. I don't actually know. I don't even know whether it is in the auto show. I thought it was, but I'm not really too sure. But anyway, the Fiesta is in there now, along with all of these other cars, drift cars, Hot Wheels cars, weird cars, pointless cars, and the fastest, well, what is kind of the fastest car in the game. And then this week's vote is the Caddy Escalade, which is like, yeah, presidential escort car, versus the Honda Civic. I think that's the Honda Civic Mugen from 1984. I will admit, never really driven that car before. It does look a bit dope, and it does look a bit rubbish, to put it the polite way. But it seems that it's winning the vote at the moment because there's only 35% of the people voted for the Caddy Escalade, so that means that 65% of the people voted for the Honda. So yeah, I'll just leave that up to you to decide what car you want, but I personally prefer the Escalade. Well, saying me, I've got both of them anyway, so you know. Right, so now we'll get onto the stunts. Now, I do apologise for any horrific driving, because I'm on my wheel again. I haven't had much practice yet. I'm on my new wheel. I've only had it, well, it's a week tomorrow that I've had it, and I've only played it for a few hours. I was driving with it the video last night as well, but I am getting better. I had a little practice driving the Mosley. As you can see, I am in the pause menu and I was actually moving. So I do apologise for any shocking driving. I'll try to do my best, but if it turns out that I can't do the PR stunts properly, then I do apologise about that, but I haven't really got time to be plugging my controller in. So for the PR stunts, you have this one here. So you need, it's the Toft speed zones. You do need to remember, we are in winter. If you're driving a rear-wheel drive car, you'll probably spin out and you won't be able to go fast enough. So do please pick an all-wheel drive car. I'm going to use the Mosley. Just have to be a bit careful in case it starts sliding around. But if you want to be a bit more cautious, then I don't really know what other cars you could take. The Hoonigan RS200 maybe. Don't know, I think it'll probably be fast enough, quite grippy car. I don't really know any other cars, just any hypercars that are all-wheel drive, and if you're just a bit careful with the throttle, that you don't go full on, so you don't go sliding off. Now, just to save, because I'm not on a very highly powered console, it doesn't have very fast loading time, so I may as well just drive there. So you need 135 miles an hour. I'm just going to be careful. My brakes don't work very well on the wheel because the pedals, it's quite hard to push down the brake pedal rather than the accelerator, certainly real cars. So I'm hoping that if I'm driving properly, I can get 116. Wow, that is way off. Now you could actually use the VW IDR Pikes Peak from 2018 if you have it. I have two of them, I think. It's not an auto show car, so you can't buy it, but if you do have it, or you can get it from the auction house for quite a small amount, then you can use this, but it might be a bit more slippy. I don't even think with a controller I'd be able to do that. I don't know what the heck's wrong with me. Right, I think we'll leave the speed zone for now. So we might come back to that later. But for the speed zone, try not to do what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but that seems to be taking quite a wee while. So maybe I have to try another car. I'll try and figure it out, and I'll put it in the comments or in the description if I figure it out. But for the speed trap, this one should be pretty easy. 161 miles an hour. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We're just gonna go there, that side. You've got corners on both sides, so I don't really know which way to go. Now hopefully I can do this one, because it'd be very disappointing if I couldn't do any of them. I don't think it's anything to do with my wheel, I think it's just to do with it's snowy and that, and I can't drive properly. So I apologise for that. But hopefully Shiloh can do this one. There we go, just about, but he did it.
You have arrived at your destination.
Right, so yeah, that's that. Like I said, it takes quite a bit of braking to stop the car, especially when you're going quite fast. Right, now the danger sign, nothing's loading in on the map. Oh, there we go. Right, so push accelerator. So 215 meters now. This one can be a bit tricky for some people, and it can also be a bit tricky for me as well. So normally, if you're in like the Hoonigan or the Jeep Trail Car, you can go on the beach and you can jump up here and you can go in, but sometimes it can go wrong. So for the purpose of this, because we're in the moors there, we're going to go here and see if we can do it. Now it might help if you smash all the barriers and the fences and that, but I'm not going to bother doing any of that faffiness. I'm just going to go for it. If you get your correct lines and you don't go too fast at certain points and you don't crash into the archways like I quite often do, then you should be okay. So you can go back here. So like I was saying, if we just smash through this wall a second, you can go on the beach like so. Well, yeah, kind of. You can go on the beach and use that jump to the right there to jump up if you really want to, but I'm not going to do that because it'll just go horribly wrong. So I'm just gonna do this. Oh, sugar. So yeah, it's very responsive on the steering wheel. So what was it? 215.
You have arrived at your destination.
That's way off. I'm gonna rewind. That's shocking. I didn't do it very good that time. I was just slipping about. I think I put my foot down too much. I'll just try it again. Apologies for this. I did warn you. I haven't got practice yet on the wheel. I should probably do my videos on the controller, but you've got to learn somewhere, haven't you? And I'll have to eventually get used to it. But if you do need any help, and if you really don't know how to do it, and watching me doing this isn't helpful, then I can make another video if you need me to. Because I know this is pretty shocking. Steer. Oh, that was better. I didn't think I was going to make it there with the steering wheel, but I did. There you go, 232. So that is how you do the danger sign. Now, I'm still not going to go back to the speed zone quite yet, because we haven't actually finished the video yet. But I'll go back to that in a minute. I'm just going to go through the championships first. So for the trial, this is the one that's called Happy New Year. It's road racing, so it might get a little bit slippery. Oh god, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? So you might need maybe snow tyres or something. You'll definitely need all-wheel drive for all the championships, really, if possible. So you need an S1 car from the Classic Racers category. So if I not go in there, click the wrong button. Well, I didn't, it just went in the wrong place. If I go down to Classic Racers, there we go. So you can use the Alfa Romeo 33S Stradale. Is a very good car. It's very grippy and it's very fast, actually. Why the heck? Hang on. There was a button I clicked before to get the thingies to go up. Oh, was it the clutch? Ah, there you go. So as you can see, it's very light, quite powerful. Go back down, there we go. And it's very grippy as well. It isn't actually my tune, it's Veloster's tune. Veloster's currently banned, actually, by the way. It wasn't really his fault, it's just the auto ban thing. Forza really need to sort it out. It's a bit getting a bit on my nerves now, really. But this isn't my tune, this is Veloster's tune. So I'd show you on the Xbox like friends list thing, but it doesn't come up the way I record. It doesn't let me pop it up. I have no idea why, because I don't really think it's a unique way of recording. I just plug a USB stick in, like that's traditional, isn't it? I don't really know. But anyway, Velociraptor, Valorster, pause of that and do it again if you need to clarify the spelling. That's his tune, or at least I think it was anyway. That was quite a while ago. I downloaded that tune when I wasn't really, and I'd only like, well, I was quite new to the game. So you've got all of these cars. Some of them are tuned to like A class and that. But they're all pretty good. But I took the 1960 Porsche 718 RS60. So this car it's okay fast. It's kind of fast. Clutch, there we go. It's actually lighter. It's got more torque. It's cheaper because it's only 1 million from the auto show. I've tried to pick some auto show cars. Yeah, it's quite cheap. It is. Well, it handles really well. The braking is really good, so it should be okay for me on my steering wheel with iffy brakes. So yeah, basically that's quite a nice car. So I'd probably recommend that over the Alpha, but the Alpha is faster. So they're both, whichever you want really, because the Alpha's 10 million from the auto show and that's 1 million. So if you have more money or you have, if you've won some of the cars, it's totally up to you. But you can literally take any car, to be totally honest with you. But I just prefer the Alpha and the Porsche. What time are we on there? Right, games. Where is the games? Oh my god, the D-pad's sensitive. Right, Winter Games is at Express North Rail Yard, and you need an A-Class GT car. So we go into here this time, thank you. And then we go down to GT cars. I think it's quite far down. Where is it? There it is. Right, now, I quite like the Bentley. It's okay, not the best handling, but I guess you don't really need that for games. I'm not really too sure. The Bmw M6, again, quite a nice car. And the Maserati, again, a good car. Really, the cheapest one is the Beamer, and that's the most expensive. But it doesn't really matter what car you take. Obviously, you can't take that, it's S1. But I'd say probably the Maserati or the BMW M6 first, and then the Bentley, because I think you've actually, I didn't do that design, so I think I must have won it from something, or got gifted it or something. But any of them three are quite good, and obviously there's other cars you can take. The Jag in A-Class is quite good as well. I think that's a really old drift tune. Like really old drift tune. Right, so yeah, use them. Championships. So this is the one where you win the Hennessey Velociraptor. So it's cross country, breaking new ground, and you need an A-Class off-road. Now I didn't bother even looking at any of the cars for this one because we had this category last week, so I'm just going to use the same cars. And there's literally, like I said last week, only one car you can take for this. Well, there's more, but the best car to take is the Ford F-150 Raptor from 2017. So literally, take that, 63,000 from the auto show. It's cheap, it's fast, it's very OP. If I do the clutch again, there you go, it's got over 1,000 horsepower in A-Class. It turns, well, there's not that many brakes, to be honest with you, 5.5 braking, but it doesn't really matter because you can just send it. And I just think it's the best car really. So that's the car you win. You can take other cars, but I just generally, that's also a good car, and so is that. That is, but I just probably prefer the Raptor. If you don't for some reason want to use the Raptor, then feel free to take the G65 or the Top Gear Mercedes, but I just take the Raptor really. Right, next, where is it? There it is. Right, street scene, Hogmanay Street Party, excuse me if I pronounced that wrong, A-Class modern sports cars. So if we go into modern sport cars, I believe it's there, yep. Right, so there's a few cars you can take for this, obviously, but the car, I quite like the Lotus Exige S, that's quite a nice car, and also the Mazda. Now that's faster and that's grippier, but both very good cars. That's the cheapest. The Mercedes is a grippy and fast car as well. There's literally loads of cars you can take, as you can see. But I'd probably take the Mercedes SLK 55 AMG, that's 78,000 from the auto show. The Lotus is 85,000 from the auto show. Or the Mazda MX-5 from 2016 is 35,000 from the auto show. So any of them three really. That one's the least grippiest, but any will do. As long as you drive properly. Now, final championship is where? Here. So this is the one where you win the new Koenigsegg Jesko, Let It Snow, road racing, and you need an S2 car from Koenigsegg. So you drive a Koenigsegg to win a Koenigsegg. What am I doing that for? There we go. Silly Shiloh. Right. So obviously there's quite a lot of Koenigsegg's you can take. Some are in the auto show, some aren't. So the 1-to-1 is in the auto show. Mine's in X class, but I don't know whether you can make it all-wheel drive without going into X class because it's nearly top of S2 stock. The Agera was actually the one I took. So this one here, the Koenigsegg Agera from 2011, is in the auto show for 1.5 million. That's just, it's all-wheel drive, so it's slightly, well, it's a lot slower than stock, but you don't need speed particularly. But it's grippy, it's got snow tyres on, and it's fast enough, so that would be good enough. But if you don't want to take that, the Koenigsegg CC GT, equally a good car. That's not my tune though, that is Don Joe One Song's tune. That hasn't got snow tyres on it, but it's really, really grippy. When it's not snowing, it's like one of the most grippy cars ever to exist. The Agera RS, if you have car pass, yeah, you can try that if you want, but I'd probably say the Agera or the CC GT. So I actually think that is it. I'm not actually going to attempt the speed zone again because it's just going to go on forever and I probably won't be able to do it. But if you take the Mosley, you'll probably be able to do it. It's probably got something to do with me and my steering wheel, and I'm being a bit too cautious. But if you're struggling with the Mosley, then you can take like the VW IDR if you have it, the Hoonigan RS200, I've seen a few people do it in, or any car like that, should do you perfectly. But if you are struggling, obviously just leave a comment and I'll try my best to help you. And if you really need me to make a video, then of course I will, if I'm not busy. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you have a good new year, so happy new year. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If I can gain a few new subscribers in the new year, that'd be very good, and hopefully throughout 2021 we can gain a few subscribers, start doing live streams and stuff like that, and doing other types of videos. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and comment, and I will be reply to your comments. If they're just being nice, I reply and give them a heart. I always give them a heart. Or if you want to ask me something, then just feel free. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you when I do a video probably on the Koenigsegg Jesko in a few days. So thank you for watching, and I'll hope you have a good new year. In brackets, I can't speak, so bye bye.